Do you ever look back at your life and say, whoa, I'm so grateful that I spent yesterday worrying, man? That was a good day. I don't think so. If you do, you're mentally tapped. Right? You need help. Yo, what's poppin'? It's the real Shai, and listen, today I'm gonna be sharing how you can quickly stop worrying. But first, you know the vibes, let me go ahead and set the scene. Right, let me tell you about Samantha. Samantha is 30 years old, she's working in sales and she loves it, but she's currently renting the cheapest flat she could actually find available in her area, and her rent payments still take up most of her salary. One Saturday afternoon, her landlord knocked at her door and said, listen, I'm sorry to tell you this, but I've been told that I need to redo the electrics for the whole building. And as a result, I'm gonna have to increase the rent prices by potentially 40 to 50% within the next few months. Samantha's thinking, wow, okay, I don't know how I'm gonna deal with this. In fact, knowing that she does not at this moment have the money to keep up with a 40 to 50% increase, she starts to worry. Over time, that worry turns to stress. She's stressing about it. She's thinking, yo, if this price goes up, I'm messed up type thing. Ultimately, the stress is getting to her. Her friends are noticing. At work, her performance is even dropping as she struggles to hold efficient conversations with her clients when she has all this stress on her mind. Her manager actually calls her out on it after a few weeks, and he's saying, yo, what's going on? He wasn't even on a hype. He was just trying to get her to increase her numbers back. But what Samantha does is she switches. She lashes out on him because she's got all that stress built up and she just doesn't know how to release it. She shouts at him, she screams at him. Long story short, she ended up getting fired. She caused a massive scene. Crazy thing is that on her way home that day, she's crying, she's emotional, she's thinking, yo, I'm messed up. And this rent is still gonna go up as well. She actually gets a call from her landlord. It's a Thursday afternoon, and her landlord says, yo, Samantha, I just wanted to let you know, I actually called in a favor from an electrician I know, and he said that he's gonna sort out all of the electrics for pretty much free. The price isn't that deep. He's doing it for free, I only have to pay for the equipment. So as a result, I'm actually not going to be increasing the rent. Don't worry about it. At this point, Samantha's happy, but she's conflicted because she realizes that if she didn't let that worry get to her, if she didn't let that worry build into stress and that stress affect her work and lead her to ultimately get fired, number one, she would still have a job. And number two, the issue didn't even end up happening. In fact, they say that 85% of what we worry about doesn't even happen. Whether it's a financial worry, a health worry, whether it's a job worry, a lot of the times the things we worry about don't even happen. But do you know what does happen? The effects of our worry. The way that our worry doesn't allow us to operate to our full capacity. The way that our worry lowers our vibration. The way that our worry makes us not want to go out and enjoy life. So understand this. Before you go ahead and worry, remember the fact that a lot of the times, again, statistically speaking, most of the time, and you can probably look in the past in your life, look at the things you worry about. Look at the things you've worried about in the past that didn't even happen, just as proof of this concept. And ask yourself, was that worry actually worth it? Do you ever look back at your life and say, whoa, I'm so grateful that I spent yesterday worrying, man? That was a good day. I don't think so. If you do, you're mentally tapped. Right? You need help. But listen, on top of that, even in a situation where the worry does come to play, a lot of the times this worry, it prevents us from actually acting. Imagine if we can replace that worry with action targeted at combating that result that we're worried about. Example, imagine if rather than Samantha allowing her worry to consume her mind, she said, you know what? Okay, there's a potential situation here. Rent's going up, income's still the same. Rather than me worrying about it, rather than me stressing about it, I'm gonna be action-oriented. I'm gonna be solution-oriented. I'm actually gonna go ahead and just go harder at work. But she's not going harder at work from a place of stress, she's going harder at work from a place of strategy. So now her conversations are already affected like that. She gets those extra commissions. Boom, all of a sudden, she's able to pay the extra rent. And she didn't even need to, so now she's actually got extra money. Or maybe on the flip side, she finds another way to get the money, whatever. However she decides to act, you can get it done. Maybe someone's worried about their health. They're worried, they're thinking, oh man, maybe XYZ might have this kind of health issue. Rather than constantly worrying and stressing, it's been shown in so many research studies, so many scientific studies, so many empirical studies, whatever kind of complex word you want to use, that stress literally directly affects your health. So imagine being worried about your health and then allowing that worry to actually mess up your health even more. I was actually, you know what, on that note, I was reading a story. It was a story, I don't remember it properly, so forgive me if I messed this up. But essentially, a guy was speaking to Death. Oh, Death was on the way to, it's obviously like a tale or whatever, but Death was on the way to a town, right? And someone approaches him like, yo man, like, don't do it. Like, what are you gonna do? He's like, I'm gonna kill 100 people. And then the guy's like, yo, allow it, bro. Allow it. I know people that live there. Allow it, man. Just leave it. He's like, yo, listen, my guy. I'm sorry, but it's what I gotta do, G. And then he goes to the town, right? He comes back. Obviously, he does what he needed to do or whatever. The next day, the guy approaches Death. He catches him lacking. He's like, yo, Death, man. Bro, what's wrong with you? You killed 1,000 people. You said you were only gonna kill 100. Death said, nah, bro, I only killed 100. Worry killed the rest of them. Because the guy who was telling Death not to kill people, he went and told everyone, yo, Death's coming, Death's coming, Death's coming, Death. So everyone's scared. And that worry, that fear, that's what actually killed 900 of them. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. It just illustrates the power of worry, the negative power, not a positive power, a negative power. To be honest, there's so many different ways to kind of angle this topic. Maybe I'll speak about some others in the future. But closing thoughts on this video, right? Please, before you start worrying, think back in the past in situations where you'd worried and things were okay. You came out on top, whatever it was. Think back in the past in situations where worry actually affected you in a negative way. And ask yourself, do you want to create that negative effect now? The thing is, if you worry, guaranteed negative outcome, because you're worrying during that period. Even if the worry doesn't come into fruition, you're worrying during that period, it's affecting your vibration, it's affecting your mood, guaranteed negative outcome. If you don't worry, you focus on being solution oriented, you're more than likely to improve that situation. But even if you don't, let's say hypothetically speaking, it's something that actually does happen. It's one of those 15%. It's still not as bad as if you were spending that whole week, that whole month, that whole year worrying about the situation and it happening. Because this time, you spend that week, that month, that year, feeling happy, feeling blessed, moving forward. Situation happened, you're probably not even going to worry after that. Obviously, there's various different situations, but hopefully that does help you in whatever kind of situation that you're going through or you've been through or you may go through in the future. Just please aim to have, again, it comes back to what I was speaking about in a different video, that positive mental attitude towards the future as well. Not just towards events that have happened, but towards the future. But yo, that's gonna send me on a whole other tangent. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop right there. If you found value in this video, definitely go ahead and click the video that's gonna be on the screen. Might be here, might be there. I don't know, innit? But it's somewhere on the screen. It's a video that I believe you're definitely gonna like. But with that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you watched all the way to here, actually, I want you to drop in the comments, I will not worry. Just drop that in the comment for me. I want to see who's really attentive and I want to see who really appreciates the message. But with that being said, I'm going to catch y'all soon. Peace out.